African Methodist Episcopal churches in Boston have a long history going back to the middle of the 1800s, and Boston will be a center of attention next week as representatives from AME churches throughout New England gather at the 160th Annual Conference. This will take place mainly in Jamaica Plain at the new home of Bethel AME Church. And joining us from the church are the pastors, Reverend Dr. Ray Hammond and Reverend Dr. Gloria Hammond. Thank you both very much for being with us.
Thanks, Chris. Good to be here.
First of all, Reverend, talk about the history in Boston, because I think this is certainly on the minds of people, not just here, but in the visiting congregations as well.
Oh, absolutely. This is the church which has long history going back, of course, first to Philadelphia, where our founder, Richard Allen, a freed slave, formed one of the first free associations of African Americans in this country, and out of that birthed the church, which became a very important denomination, now spanning several continents, 6,000 churches, 2 million members, so on. In Boston, the historic Charles Street AME Church has a history going back to the days in which African Americans primarily lived in Beacon Hill. It was from its Charles Street location that it picked up its name, and then moved to its current home in Roxbury. So we've been on the scene for a long time.
Reverend Gloria, you have been also known for not just work locally, but paying attention to some global concerns, and there are some concerns, I guess, that are really foremost on people's minds right now, right?
Absolutely. Certainly a big concern is the crisis in Sudan, and we've been engaged on that issue for the last almost 10 years now. Initially, we became involved because of our concern with trafficking of slaves, but subsequently because of the conflict between the North and the South, and then Darfur as well. So our community has been very engaged in the crisis in Sudan and helping to mobilize other people, especially African Americans, to respond to that crisis.
And more recently, of course, you also have, and closer to this part of the world, Haiti and the earthquake.
Yes, absolutely. And our congregation has been very involved in that as well. Indeed, our entire church, the AME Church in general, has been involved. We have a number of churches and schools and clinics that we support in Haiti. So we've certainly done fundraising. And this summer we'll send a delegation of our youth to Haiti to help with some of that reconstruction effort.
Reverend Ray, you're going to be showing visitors around the city. What do you want them to be thinking about?
On Tuesday, we've offered, and this is open to other people from the public who might be interested, a tour of historic Roxbury. There's so much that people don't know about it. Somebody said when Paul Revere was talking about one if by land, two if by sea, most people don't know that, but he was referring to Roxbury. But there's so much about this section of the city, and we want our out-of-town guests and anybody from the public who's interested to join them and find out a lot about the illustrious history of Roxbury.
Of course, this is also a conference about a response to hard times, right?
Absolutely. In the course of our sessions, and especially our afternoon business sessions, we're going to be through our social action reports and state of the country reports and other things, really trying to look at the impact of the economic situation on housing, the foreclosure crisis, looking at the job prospects, and other issues as well. We'll be talking about education reform, and in that context, really trying to put together plans for what churches can do to respond to that around New England and around the country.
Gloria Hammond, you also want to have basically not just people who are already members coming to this event, people who are not yet members or who are just members of other denominations.
Absolutely. All of our events are free and they're open to the public, and we'd love for people to come and see certainly how our denomination works. There will be business sessions during which the churches will make reports of their works over the past year. We'll have youth services. There'll be lots and lots of worship and good singing and good praying and good praising. We'll also have some opportunities for people to hear about some of the mission works. We'll have vendors so people can come and purchase items as well in support of local community business people.
Reverend, of course, talk about the move. You've gone from one part of Jamaica Plain to another, but I guess this is a larger area we're talking about now?
That's correct. This was the former St. Andrew Roman Catholic Church, and this site, though about the same actually in terms of square footage, of course, is more designed as a church setting, and we've loved it, and have very much loved being in the neighborhood. The neighbors have been very welcoming. We've been able to do a few things together in terms of sort of beautifying the community, and participating in Boston Shines and working along with some of the neighborhood associations. So we're very excited to be in the Forest Hills and Bourneside areas of Jamaica Plain.
Reverend Gloria, we should mention if people want some more information about this event, is there a way that they can follow up on that?
Certainly, they can go on our website, which is bethelame.org, or they can give us a call at the church, 617-524-7900. We'll be delighted to receive their calls, and certainly want to invite everybody to come.
Again, one more time, we should also mention exactly when these events are going on.
There are events. The first event begins on Monday, April 4th. In the evening, we'll have a special event for women who are in ministry. And then on Tuesday, it'll be our evangelism day. So people will hear about the importance of really explaining the work of the gospel and how people can come to know Christ in their personal lives. On Wednesday is our missionary day, and we'll have women from all over New England who are interested in expanding the work and locally, globally. And then on Thursday is a big day, it's opening day. And that is when we'll have people from certainly throughout New England, but indeed all over the country who'll be coming for that opening worship service. And then Friday is our Christian Education Day, and there'll be a service that night, and Saturday is ordination, and then Sunday, April 10th, is the final day. And again, it'll be a big worship experience.
Thank you both very much for being with us, Reverend Gloria Hammond and Reverend Ray Hammond.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank
Bethel
you.
AME Church. We'll have more news in just a moment.